Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Opportunistic Trader. It's October 26th, and we're joined by Mark Fisher. How's it going, Mark?
I'm surviving. I'm surviving, Mike. That's all I can tell you. Survive in advance.
All right. Where are you reporting to us live from?
From the happy capital of the world, Disneyland in Florida.
Disneyland, where everything good is happening. It sounds like I hear a little background noise over there, but I know that you're attached to the markets. You were just looking at them just before. What are your thoughts on the volatile week?
You know, I was around to yesterday. Obviously, we're all still trading and everything. But when you go away, sometimes you got to step back and stop looking at the minutia. Sometimes things hit you right in the face. And what seems pretty obvious walking around Disney and all these places is what I think really is happening is you're seeing a repricing of all these disruptive technology companies. And I'm not just talking about the Netflixes or the Googles. Even like you'll take the Invisalign, Align Technologies, all these other stocks that have disruptive technologies. And not these aren't magnificent companies, but that their multiples are all contracting because after a while, uh, disruptive technologies metamorphosize to just regular companies. So I think what's happening is all these old line disruptive companies are starting to lose multiple contraction, while the old line companies like I don't know, Disney, oil stocks, the KKRs of the world, which are just vanilla stocks, really, how much can they go down? Because they already have a yield, they have a this or that. So I think what's happening is the phenomenon that's going on now is that the world has decided to mark down all the disruptive technology stocks, and not just this technology, disruptive in every field, and reprice them to some degree. And that's why you're seeing the market having a tough time coming off the lows. And probably, that's why, that's what makes the world go around. Now, anything that's new disruptive, or new, an area, let's say, for instance, the pot stocks, right? Maybe they get some room to grow because they're just new to the disruptive field. But everything that's been disruptive, that's been out there for a couple of years, the Netflixes, the other stuff, I think they've lost their PE allure, not their business allure, but what investors are willing to pay for them. I don't know. That's just
Yeah,
my opinion.
yeah, no, it's pretty interesting. But on a trading perspective, what do you think the mindset is heading into the weekend after a volatile week? The S&P is off over 100 points right here. We're trading in, who knows even where we close. We still got a lot of day left, and we've already seen 50-point ranges on the day in the S&P. What do you think from a
Well,
trading perspective?
I think that at the end of the day, if they dump, then they're going to pay you to go home, flat or a little long, because everyone's going to be, if they dump at the end of the day, that means people are going to be panicked, so they're going to pay you to be the insurance company to go home long. If they rally, I'm not so sure, what that means, But if they dump at the end of the day, it's an easy trade. You go home long, and then if worst comes to worst, you bail Sunday night. But if they don't dump from here, again, I'm not sure. I do think though that, I think that I think the market came back today right when they caught the Unabomber and Plantation, right? Isn't that right when the market turned or no?
It was actually pretty. It was, yeah. I think we traded a little lower at first, but then we did turn pretty close to that time. Do you really think the market was trading off that though? Even like 2 days ago when that news was breaking, it was a big down day, but I didn't think we were trading much off that. Did you get a sense that that was a big catalyst?
Talking to different people, I think that people are just, thinking that the U.S. is coming apart to some degree. So psychologically, I think that's had some effect. I think the fact that they caught this lunatic, so quickly, I don't even know how they did it, right, is a good sign. And probably, by the way, the way they caught this guy is through the disruptive technologies that have been leading the market. It's one of them, right? I mean, how they cut, whatever it may be. But with that being said, the market is completely, it's without a doubt you could sell. You could as before. You couldn't sell rallies. You could sell rallies every day now, and you could sell call premium and just collect the premium. That's what I think. I think more than anything else, the market go down another 5%, 10%, 15%, maybe. Is it going to be? Are they going to be? But I think that the allure of all these, you're seeing a multiple contraction. I think. I don't think it has anything to do with inflation or the Fed. Although I do think if interest rates go to 4%, 3.5%, 4%, then people can have a decision to make. Do I want to earn a risk-free 3%? Obviously it's nominal, not real. Or or do I want to, trade, invest in the stock market and try to make 6 to 8%, but take risk on 10%?
Sure. So what's the mood like in Disney World? You asking investors what do they think of the recent sell-off here?
No, when I'm looking, it's insane. It's amazing. You walk around here, you see really how America is. Not one person gives a rat's ass about where the stock market is. Everyone just cares to make sure their kids or their grandkids or their brothers or sisters are having a good time. And people just spend. It's
Yeah.
like, it's amazing.
I've been there a number of times, and with my kids, and I agree 100%. First off, they're just spending like nothing. You just see tons of spending, and they don't care about the market. And there are people all over the world, and you see a lot of people. The price. You see what the price is to get in there, the food, this, that. It's expensive, and everybody's out there spending, having a good time, and it's packed.
I think maybe you guys should do a. Remember the contest when they had, the monkey picked the stocks versus the experts. I think you should have. I think Larry, you guys should run a contest for a couple of months. Have Mickey pick the level of the stock markets versus the experts to see how you guys do.
Put in a word for us. We would love to run that segment first thing in the morning. Mickey is picking what he thinks is going on for the day and for the week. I'm all for it.
Right.
Or like you said, you're in the Buzz Lightyear line right now. Get Buzz Lightyear to do it. That would be great.
Right. All right, and then the other thing is natural gas, which is trading around, $3.15, really hasn't come off that much in relative retrospect. But again, it's a weather commodity. Obviously, we've lost some shekels being long because of the whole energy space has imploded in the last week or two. But relative to crude, natural's held its own, and it would have done even better if the weather would have been colder. But this time of year, it's pretty hard to trade natural without a weather bias because it's all weather related. So if, the weather pattern broke up a little bit in the last couple of days, market sold off a little, but relative to crude, heat, and RBOB, and if you follow RBOB at all, RBOB has been getting pummeled. I don't know what happened, but not just the front of the board, the entire strip has just gone for sale. They with big size, and I don't know what that's about. But relatively crude and Brent have hung in better, but gasoline has really taken it on the chin, which could also
down
be
13% for the month right now. Probably the worst performer I see.
Right, and again, that could be also part of the what the administration wants, right? Lower gas prices going into the election. November 4th comes, supposedly the renewed sanctions in Iran. November 6th is the election. I wouldn't be surprised someplace around there, right around the election, if the market, that's the short-term bottom in the energies for the rest of the year. Just because, I think also that, with Saudi Arabia having the complicity in the journalist murder and everything, who knows? I think, another week or so, and then probably, get some type of, reversal pattern or some type of short-term signal. And maybe what you could try to do in energy at that point is look to make a single and turn it into a double or triple if the market lets you hold on. But again, I would wait till right before the election. There's no way, I don't think they're gonna, unless barring some crazy event, that they're gonna, that energy is gonna really rally significantly, up until a couple days before the election.
Yeah, it is convenient just before the midterms. You were speaking about it was 2 weeks ago, I think, when crude was at like 72, that you were thinking that it would be moving lower. But like you said, RBOB right now, you just pointed out, it's down 13%. It's the worst performer I see month to date. Crude oil is down 7.5%. Yeah, definitely some big movers out there. All right, I don't want to hold you up. You got a lot going on over there at Disney.
How's my boy Larry doing this week?
He's having a good week. Good trading week at the Opportunistic Trader. This volatility's done pretty well. Yesterday he had one bad trade, was short NASDAQ and, into that big run up, and so wasn't able to take advantage of this big sell off off that one short position. But, Tuesday, Wednesday, very good trading days. And today's had a few good trades. So, yeah, pretty good trading week.
All right. Tell Zinger's Deli I say hello.
This is sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's Friday.
Goodbye. Have a good weekend.
All right. Bye, Mark.
Bye.